Sure, let's start with donkey redemption. Did you know that donkeys have crosses on their backs? As Jesus headed into Jerusalem to begin Passion Week, the first thing that he did was tell his disciples to go find a donkey and a colt. Neither of these animals were his. They didn't belong to him. Let's go back to Genesis. In Genesis, Abraham was asked to bear a very heavy burden. He was asked to offer up his beloved son. It's interesting to note that when Abraham rose in the morning, he saddled his donkey, and he also brought 2 of his young men with him. Notice a pattern? There's donkey and 2 men. As they saddled the donkey and headed out, Isaac asked his father, "Where is the lamb for the offering?" Abraham said, "God will provide himself the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." And they both went together. God, of course, stopped Abraham from killing his son. It was a shadow picture to show us what Messiah would do for us one day. And so Abraham lifted his eyes when he heard the angel, and he saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. And so Abraham offered up the ram. There are many other times we see donkeys come up in Scripture. They're always related to bearing a burden of some sort. In Exodus 4, we see Moses, his wife, and his sons get up upon an ass, a donkey, and return to the land of Egypt. He's about to face Pharaoh. And of course, in Zechariah 9:9, we have the prophecy that the coming king would ride in on a donkey. Here's a hidden donkey. In Genesis 34, when Dinah is raped by Shechem. Dinah's name means justice in Hebrew, by the way. After Shechem humbled her, he took a liking to her and sent out his father Hamor. And Hamor spoke with them, saying, "My son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him to be his wife." Hamor was trying to yoke and put a burden on the families together in a very unorderly way. Hamor in Hebrew means donkey. Lastly, of course, we have to mention Balaam, who saddled his female donkey and headed towards cursing Israel, which he was, of course, stopped along the way, but he was trying to force that donkey to get there. All of these donkey pictures are pictures of burdens or things that we might take on, and we're either doing them for God or against him. So what does God require to redeem a donkey? Exodus 13:13 tells us, "Every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb." When Jesus, Yeshua, headed to Jerusalem with the donkeys with crosses on their backs, it was a picture of how he was going to take on our burden and become the Passover lamb.